How's it going, guys? It's Nathan from Nathan's DIY Garage, and today we are replacing shift solenoids and doing a band adjustment on the GM 4l30e, which is found in the BMW E36 and E39. Okay, so we got the new solenoids in. They have different part numbers on them, 96 and 97. I know they're the same solenoid. We went and researched it, made sure they're the same solenoid, and they are. So we have our 1998 E39 that has the GM 4l30e. So on the E39 it'll be up to 1998 that uses transmission. On E36 it could be up to 1999, which is the last year E36. There's some Z3s that used it. The best way to tell is look at the sticker on the bottom of the transmission pan and it'll tell you what it is, or just do a little Google search for it. Okay, so here we are in the car, and such an awkward spot. We have both the pans off. We have the small pan off right here. We have the big pan off. And then we have the solenoids out. The solenoids go right there, and they have the pins that hold them in. If you watch the last video, I'll link it up. And I'll link the last video on the top right corner of the screen. So you go back and see the procedure, how to get them out. And we're hoping this is going to fix the not shifting into third or fourth situation. Okay, I don't know if you can see this or not. Let me see if it'll focus. Not really. Okay, I don't know if you can see this or not. I don't know if it'll focus. You can see the two new solenoids installed. What we've had to do here, they're kind of hard to get to pop in. You have to make sure the seals have lubricant on it. I took a pair of pliers, I stuck it up between the two pans. I just pushed over on the solenoid and popped it in place. And you just tap up, and once they're in place, they go right in. You can see this pin here is a little bit chewed up. This pin here actually broke the very tip off of it, but it's fine. I put it in where I can still get it out if I have to. And then at this point in time, we're going to go ahead and get these 4 bolts pulled off of this guy, and we're going to adjust the band. Okay, so here we have the band, and we took out the 4 big bolts, took the cover off. This is on the rear of the valve body. And in the center here there is an Allen key, and then there's a lock nut, and then there's another spot that has a flat spot for a wrench. So you're going to put a 9/16 wrench on the flat spot. Let's see here, right there. Let me see if I can't get some kind of better pointer. Here we go. The flat spot right there. You're going to put a 9/16 wrench on to hold this and turn it. Be careful not to mess with the clip right there, not to knock that out. And then you're going to put, in this case I use a T80 Torx bit, which also fits up in there. And then you don't want to turn that like I just did. There's a nut here, so you're going to hold it in the flat spot on the threads. You're going to want to break this loose. I use a crescent wrench, adjustable wrench. And then you're going to want to thread this nut all the way up to the top. Once all up to the top, you take your torque wrench, and you're going to torque this down. It was 40 inch-pounds. So if your torque wrench is like mine, 40 inch-pounds is 4.51 Newton meters, or roughly 30, what does that be, 34 pounds, foot-pounds. And it feels questionable. It feels like you're going to snap something, but you go with the torque wrench that goes to 34 and it clicks, and then you back it up 4 turns. So on my little bit, it shows, you know, put it up in there, and you can see on my bit it says T80 on it. You can see that or not. I just watched the lettering on my bit and turn it 4 revolutions. And then you go back in here and you hold this guy with the 9/16 wrench, and then you tighten the bolt back up. I can't do it and record it and do it at the same time under the car. There's not enough room, and I don't have enough hands. But that's how you set the band adjustment on these GM 4l30e transmissions. So what we're going to do at this point, we're going to go and put the 4 bolts and a little cover back in this thing. And I don't know what those are 13, so that's going to be what, I don't know, about roughly 15 foot-pounds of torque to torque these back down. We're going to go ahead and plug in our solenoid wires. They're already installed. We're going to go and put our filter back on and put our pan back on and put fluid in it. Okay, so here's what we have going on. We put the pan back on, put the filter back in. We put the little pan back on the front. And these should all be torqued to 10 foot-pounds. You don't have to torque them down if you want to. That's about the setting you need. And then we have here our Transmax multi-port, import multi-vehicle. And then we basically use this little pump and we pump it in to the transmission. Now you're going to need to have on hand 7 quarts. You're going to use a little over 6 quarts to fill it totally up. And where we're at right now, we have the car off and we just filled it up till it started trickling out. And then at that point, we're going to go start the car up. We're going to go ahead and keep pumping and hold another quart or so. Then we're going to go drive the car around. We'll drive around the block, come back, and we'll check it again. We'll probably get close to another quart in after that. And that's the fill procedure of this. And you just want to fill it till it starts trickling out of this hole, the side hole the hose is going in. And that's pretty much it.